Bailey from Making Up the Midwest, and in this video I'm going to show you how to, one, get this look. It's kind of an all-in-one tutorial. You're going to get this look. You're going to get to see how I use these Violent eye tattoos. It's my first use. It's one of those first use videos, and it's also kind of a mini review. You know, in getting to use it for the first time, I talk about and I show you how easy it actually is. This to me is one of those products that kind of takes something like putting glitter eyeshadow on, or putting multiple colors of glitter eyeshadow on, and makes it one process, and sometimes it gets easier, and sometimes those products that try and do that make things harder. So that's kind of what this video is showing you how this works. If it really does what it say it will. So that's what this is. If you want to see all of that crammed into one video, please continue watching. So to start this entire look off, I'm doing the eyes first. I don't know how messy this can get, although it doesn't seem like it can be that messy. Just playing it safe, doing the eyes. These that I'm using today are the Rainbow Glitteratti eyes, and inside one of these packs you get 2 of these. So I chose to do these today because it's Halloween. It's a fun kind of look, but I also have a few other ones, the gold, these gold and these pink. I figured this is going to be a really fun one to do during the holidays, so I might do that later, but for now I wanted to go the more fun route and go with the rainbow. So let's get started. So the supplies I have are, of course, first my eye tattoos, my Violent eyes. Then I also have a glass of water. Doesn't have to be a whole lot. You're not going to be using a whole lot of it. It's just going to go on a Q-tip. Another thing you need, and I think the last thing you need in this look. Yes. So the first thing you'll need to do is pick the size you want. You can see here there are 4 sizes. The big ones here that I guess I'll give you my finger as a comparison. You can see it's probably a full-on all over the eye kind of glitter, and the second biggest is obviously less than that. Second to smallest is slightly smaller, like a thicker cat eye, and then the smallest is probably the most modest glitter cat eyeliner you're going to get. So just to give you a little size reference. For this look I am going with the second biggest, one, because I really want to make sure you get to see everything. I don't want to do these thin little ones. And 2, because I think for a first timer it'll definitely be easier to manage, but I don't want glitter all over my eyes. So, second biggest it is. Let's get started. For starters, just showing you now, these really just pop out. I mean, it's not terribly hard. The adhesive is holding them in, but they're perforated, so you just rip them out nice and easy. There's no cutting with these. The cutting comes in at the next step here, which is where you'll then use this, put this on your eye, and measure it to see if it's where you want it to lay. So I'm going to zoom you in for this so you can get a close-up. The real deal. Alright, so one of the first things they say to do is make sure your eye is clean. I actually still have some makeup on my eye. No, it is not from last night. I just filmed a tutorial a few minutes ago, and so this is just what's left. So I am cleaning that off, which in the process will also ensure that all natural oils are off my eye. Although they do say in the tutorial I watched where they show you how to apply these, which is extremely helpful by the way, they actually say that you can put eyeshadow on, you can put a primer on. They say that these will stick even if you have things on your eyes. So I'm not actually going to be too paranoid about extra stuff on my eye. I really do just want to get this stuff here off. So due to the large nature of my eyes, it actually looks like from inner corner to outer corner, this is going to be a good deal. So I'm lucky enough to not have to cut these. In case you do though, on the back there are little scissor marks, little lines, kind of like on the Violent lips there are lines. So if you do need a guideline, they have them on there for the back of you, but I'm not going to cut mine today. I can't remember if I'm supposed to remove the backing yet or not, so I'm just going to remove it anyway. And the next step is to get a wet Q-tip. I have wet my Q-tip, and I am going to wet the back, the paper side of this tattoo, I guess. It's like old school tattoos, people. You know what to do. So you can see it's getting a little bendy, a little more flexible, less rigid, so it'll make things easier to put on your eye. You don't want to get it too damp though, because then the backing will slide away and you will be left without a tattoo. Sad day. Oh no. You can see here I accidentally put too much water on, so this outer corner has peeled away. I'm going to start over with a different pair. Alright, the water has been applied. We have ourselves a tacky eye tattoo. Ba-dum-bumch. And now I'm going to set the center in. Actually, no, that's a lie. I'm going to set the inner corner. I'm going to work from the inner corner out first. That is what I'm going to do. Okay, so here we go. Inner corner, pressing it down, outer corner, making sure I don't have any folds. Then I'm going to take that, that Q-tip that I was just using to wet it and really wet it down. I might actually just go ahead and take a washcloth because that is how wet I want it. You want it so wet that the backing then just slides off. Okay, in reality, I maybe could have cut this so it was a little not so long, but you know, live and learn, people. Okay. And there, holy bonanza, Batman. That is some serious, you would never guess that. Look at the back of that versus look at what it is. That is awesome. Muy impressed. Oh, goodness. Let's check out the inner corner. The real moment of truth. Okay. Okay, if we're honest, the inner corner is not sticking wonderfully, but it's not bad. Okay. Yeah, if I had it to do over again, the one thing I would do differently is cut it a little here, because it does go, it's borderline sad eyes for me. It's borderline just below my lower lash lines. And we're back. I have to take off both of what I had already applied because obviously this one was just not happening for me, and I had run out of that particular size because of the mishap I had had earlier. So I have gone with the next size down because like I said before, I didn't want a whole eye full of glitter. So, and I have found after putting this one on, smaller sizes are easier to work with in general. So if that's something you're worried about and this is your first time using them, here's a fun fact for beginners. Start smaller rather than bigger. So, so I figured I did this one off camera. I'd go ahead and do this one on camera just so you could see the process again with the smaller one. It's the exact same thing, whatever. You can fast forward if you want. So here I'm going to line it up the inner corner, smoothing it in towards the outside. Looks like these are pretty even. So I'm going to go ahead and put some water on them. And there it is. Okay, so here we are. We have our rainbow eyes. I cannot get over how bright these are. I am seriously loving these. I'm not one to wear super crazy makeup out in normal daytime, but I might make an exception for these because these are beautiful. All right, so they say you can use powder and liner and all that kind of stuff over these, so that is exactly what I'm gonna do. I might do liner, but for the time being, I'm just gonna stick to lashes. These are actually the Kiss lashes that I did, that are applied with the string. I saved them. They no longer have the string in them. You can see that tutorial here though, if you want to, my first impressions tutorial of that. Don't have the strings now. I'm just going to put them on though because I do love these. It's kind of a more like this is a natural look, but you know what I'm saying. They're a natural-ish lash. Okay, here we are with the face. For foundation, I am going with something that has a thicker, thicker's not the right word. It's definitely full coverage and it's definitely not a natural look. This is the Inglot YSM. I don't know what that stands for. It's actually in this little sample size thing because when I was at the Inglot in Vegas, not way back when, but more recently when I went, I was going to get this because I liked how it looked, but they didn't have the full size, so she gave me a healthy dose in this sample size, and I have been using it and really, really loving it lately. So that's what I'm using on my face, just so you can get a feel for what it looks like when it's worn, because I just love it. And I'll probably fast forward through that because you don't need to see that. You know what it looks like. For concealer to cover what little discoloration I have going on under the eyes, I'm using this Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer by It Cosmetics, which I just put up a review about, depending on when this goes up, recently, and I've been loving it. The coverage is just awesome, and it will probably appear in my favorites video, which I am about to film, so you'll see it again there. You know, the eyes are a little loud to me, so I'm going to keep everything else on the face pretty, ooh, my hand just went in there. I'm going to keep things on the face pretty neutral, not too bold, not too contour, not too anything really. So for that, I'm using this EF Studio palette that I really, really like because it's just, they're perfect, 3 perfect matte shades. You know I like this, I've mentioned it before. Anywho, using that on this It Cosmetics brush, taking the bronzer shade here, and I'm just going to run that where I ooh, good lord. Yep. Okay, fixed. Just running that where I would normally put my bronzer. Yep, we're keeping it relatively natural with this very smoothie lip butter. Kind of no muss, no fuss. Alright, that completes this tutorial, kind of review, kind of first time use of these Violent eye tattoos. I have to say, I am loving these. They are so much fun. Would I necessarily wear these on a day-to-day basis? No, but like I said, I have these gold and pink that I actually kind of do. If I wore the thinnest band of these gold, I do feel like I would wear them in an everyday kind of environment. So even those of you who feel like you're timid when it comes to makeup, don't be so shy when it comes to these. If you are timid and you're like, I'm never going to use those, they're just super fun to wear for special occasions. The holidays are coming up. The gold will be perfect for that. I think I'm going to do a tutorial using those. So look for that, I guess. I get sidetracked. So what I'm trying to say is that these are one of those products that tries to take something complicated like a multicolor glitter eye look and makes it simple with this one-step kind of thing. This is actually one of those products that makes it easy. Unlike the Kiss lashes I tried, those for the most part did. The iRock eye tattoos did not at all. These actually do, and I would spend money on these because they're so worth it to me, and they just look cool. Look at that. Look at that. I digress. If you have used these and you love these like I do, I'd love to hear it in the comments. If I did something wrong in this tutorial and, you know, you can think of something I could have done better so that they would have gone on easier and I wouldn't have had to go through a few my first time of doing this, I'd love for you to put that in the comments because I can learn from it, other people watching can learn from it. Do it, please. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, that button right there if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next tutorial. Bye!